Hey there, Mandalorian fans. My name's Greg Elliott, and welcome to Screen Rant. The new Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian, builds on a rarely seen corner of the Star Wars universe, and only 2 episodes in, the show is full of things associated with Mandalorian mythology that are probably new to a lot of viewers, like Beskar Steel, the event known as the Purge, and the legendary beast known as the Mythosaur. More on those in a second. Mandalorians were never mentioned by name in the original movies, but they have had a presence outside of the films prior to the show in books, video games, comics, and TV. Now, the name Mandalorian didn't show up for the first time until Star Wars number 68 back in 1983, and in it, while Boba Fett does refer to himself as one, it turns out that's actually not the case. What? I imagine you're a little confused, just as I was, but yeah, while they do wear the armor, it turns out that Boba and Jango Fett aren't actually Mandalorians according to the new Star Wars canon. A Season 2 episode of The Clone Wars revealed that Jango was nothing more than a common bounty hunter who presumably stole his armor from a real Mandalorian, and since Boba is just a clone of his dad, that means that nope, he's definitely not one either. So, if the Fetts are just posers, then who are the real Mandalorians? So Mandalorians are predominantly human species that come from the planet Mandalore and the Outer Rim territories. For them, war is a way of life, and they're known across the galaxies being extremely skilled warriors. They had a few appearances in books set in the old Star Wars expanded universe before being more thoroughly fleshed out in the Clone Wars show, in which for a while they were temporarily ruled by Darth Maul. A Mandalorian's distinctive and nearly impenetrable armor is made with Beskar, one of the toughest metals in the galaxy, and it's a resource that can only be found on Mandalore, so that should give you an idea of why the Mandalorian in the series is not keen to part with anything made of it. Beskar is so strong that it can withstand a direct blaster shot, and it supposedly can even hold up to a glancing blow from a lightsaber, although a proper stab will still get you. In the first episode of the show, a character makes a reference to the Great Purge. Now, while some have speculated that this refers to the Great Jedi Purge in Revenge of the Sith, when Palpatine ordered the Empire to eliminate all the Jedi, the show makes it seem like a different event that's important to Mandalorian history. We do know that in it, the Empire gathered large quantities of Beskar steel, which likely means that they had to kill large numbers of Mandalorians in order to get their hands on it. Also in that episode, when the Mandalorian is learning to ride the Blurg, Kuiil reminds him that his ancestors once rode the great Mythosaurs. In the old canon at least, Mythosaurs, the ancient native beasts of Mandalore, were huge 4-legged horned creatures who ruled the planet unopposed until a group of warriors led by Mandalore I showed up and drove them extinct back in 7000 BBY. You know that skull on Boba Fett's armor? Yeah, that's a Mythosaur. Sabine Wren, one of the main characters in Star Wars Rebels, is also a Mandalorian. She lived on Mandalore at a time when it was controlled by the Empire and was trained in making weapons at the Imperial Academy there. Like other Mandalorians, she later put her skills to use as a bounty hunter, and during the Mandalorian Civil War in Season 3 of Rebels, briefly came to wield the ancient Mandalorian weapon known as the Darksaber. Pedro Pascal's character in the new Disney Plus series is the first Mandalorian to be featured as the main protagonist in any Star Wars movie or show. Though it hasn't been said on screen yet, Pascal let it slip that the Mandalorian's real name is Din Djarin, and other than some brief flashbacks, his backstory is pretty much a mystery. He's a man of few words who shoots first and asks questions later, but his interactions with Kuiil and Baby Yoda seem to indicate that there's more to him than that. I'm sure we'll find out more as the series continues to unfold, so make sure to keep up with Screen Rant to stay in the loop. I'm Greg Elliott, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Peace.